My name is Herbert Holmberg. I joined the Navy in 1942. When I was 17, I enlisted.
Wow.
I went to boot camp. We went there supposedly for 6 weeks.
Where was boot camp at?
At Great Lakes.
Oh, okay.
And after 4 weeks, we graduated out of there. And they sent us down to Miami, Florida, and I was in Miami, Florida for about 2 or 3 months, and then was sent to a ship in dry dock in Savannah, Georgia, as a minesweeper. From there we went down to Key West, Florida. From there we had a bunch of problems, so they shipped us up to Norfolk, Virginia, re-outfitted us, and we sent across to North Africa.
In what ship did you go in?
On the minesweeper.
Minesweeper, okay.
And we swept the coastlines there, and then we ended up, and we went in a Sicilian invasion. We swept all the mines there. We went into Palermo, Sicily, and swept that out. In fact, going into Palermo, I'm pretty sure there was a destroyer with us, and Elliott Roosevelt was on that ship. And they got hit by a bomb coming in. We had to tie onto her and limp into the harbor with her and tie them up till they could go to dry dock with it, get it fixed up. Then from there we went to Salerno, Italy, another invasion. From there to Anzio, Italy, for another invasion, then southern France. And from that point on, then they gave our ships to the French so they could take care of their own coastlines, and we were sent back to the States. And it was shortly after that, I was sent to San Bruno, California, and they sent all our Navy clothes home. They issued us Marine Greens, and we were sent with the Marine Corps down for the invasion of Okinawa. And that's where I terminated my enlistment. My enlistment was up in '46, so that's where I spent the rest of my time.
Okinawa.
And that was it.
Well, the war was over in what, 45?
Yeah, day after my birthday. My birthday is the 13th of August, and the war was over the 14th in 1945.
And then they kept you in?
Yeah, I stayed there till '46.
On Guam?
No, Okinawa.
Okinawa. So how much time did you spend in Okinawa?
I'd say about, April of '45 till July of '46.
Oh, wow. Now, did they just took you off a ship and made Marines out of you, just like that?
Yeah, well, we went through boot camp down in San Bruno, California besides, for all this stuff, and they gave us demolition, the whole shooting match, everything.
So when you came back, you had to go to boot camp again?
Yeah. Well, we were sitting on the ship, we weren't doing much,
Yeah.
Nothing physical, to speak about.
That's a heck of a surprise to find out all of a sudden from the ship you're in the Marine Corps.
Yeah. We was attached to I think the 2nd Marine Division.
But you didn't have to get into any combat because it was over then.
Huh?
You didn't have to get into combat because...
Oh yeah. We was on an invasion force.
Whereabouts?
On Okinawa.
Oh, you were part of the invasion force?
Yeah.
Then. Oh, I was looking at that paper, yeah, okay. So, first wave, second wave, third wave?
I think it was in a third.
Third wave going in? On a Higgins boat, or how'd you get on shore?
We came aboard on an LCT. It took about 400 of us on that. One load up of them, it's just son of a gun.
Now, did you have much resistance going in, or was it pretty well locked down?
Well, we went in, it was April Fool's Day, April 1st. That was our day. Little or no opposition, because we come in on the north end of the island. And as we moved south, toward the south end of the island, and the resistance got worse and worse until it was just hell on wheels. And the main town of Naha, we changed hands 3 times. After it was all over with, the size of that town was about waist high. They just leveled everything. There was nothing left. And I think totally, we probably killed over 100,000 of them.
Wow.
Japanese. It was just, we took no prisoners.
Yeah, yeah.
Weren't very few.
Well, now it's a big resort area.
Yeah, I've heard that. Guys that have been there told me, holy mackerel, you gotta be there now.
Quite different. When you were there, did you end up getting hit, or were you one of the lucky guys that didn't?
I was lucky.
Lucky guys. I've talked to a few that have gone through something like that, and he's the only time I got hurt when a stone hit me. He said, boy, he was lucky. He went through all the islands for 30 months.
Yeah, some of those guys, you know, very few. You know, like I say, when I was aboard ship, I was third loader in a 3-inch 50. It was 2 months later, I was second loader, because the second loader, he was killed in front of me. So I moved up the second loader, and then the first loader, he got, well, he was just, he was shot. His nerves were gone and everything else, so I ended up as first loader on that thing.
Now, what killed the first guy? Is it aircraft?
Yeah.
Aircraft came in, and now that must have been the kamikazes then, or something.
No, that was in Europe.
Oh, that was okay. Oh yeah, you were aboard a ship, sure.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a surprise. Think you're going to be on a ship. The next thing you know, you're.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Marine Corps? I didn't sign up for the Marines.
That's what my dad said. He said that's why he wouldn't let me enlist in the Marine Corps when I wanted to go, because he was in the Army, and he said you don't want to be in the mud holes and stuff like that. Well, I ended up there anyway. My last 2 years.
Jeez. So then, how long did you stay there after the invasion? Was it just a short period of time when it was over? Or?
No, I stayed till my enlistment was almost expired.
So you went into the third wave, and you were there until you were expired.
Yeah.
Gee, that's a long time. Well, what kind of problems did you have, if any, after the island was secure? Was there any single issues, single Japanese trying to do things, or?
No. There was, it was, let me think. Well, General Buckner, he got killed, I think it was in May sometime. And then he was replaced by General Stilwell. I seen him down on Gray Beach one night, that guy. And you talk about tough. It's something else. You hear stories about them, but when you see them, you can't believe. You know that they're true about these people.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll tell you.
I would have to imagine. Well, you went on shore. Third wave. Okinawa was a tough spot. Have I missed anything?
No, I had a squad, and let's see, I lost one guy. That was all.
To a sniper or just regular fire?
Just killed. Yeah, a sniper got him.
I heard it was tough. You couldn't stop for a second because of snipers.
No, you couldn't. It was, it was full of caves. You come around a hill and there they are. They're just bottled up all over. It was a son of a gun. You had to just rout them out.
And some guys said you couldn't even stop to go to the bathroom because sniper would get you.
No, well, that's about it. It was just, it was heck on wheels. Well, in fact, they formed 4 companies of our people. We had 1,000. Well, we was 500 on this one merchant marine ship, and there was another 500 on a Dutch freighter. Well, a kamikaze took 500 of our people out on that Dutch freighter. We just lost a whole bunch. So we just half strength going ashore ourselves.
Jeez. I'm getting lost here on questions I should be asking you. One. You went from a job that was, at least you had a bunk to sleep in, to something now that's cold, wet, and miserable.
It was.
Oh yeah.
And a half shelter, all wet all the time. That was just murder.
Because a lot of rain, or just because?
It was rain. It started there, as a rule, rainy season started around April. And I mean, it was that way till possibly August, September. Yeah, it was out September. Then after the war, when they had that typhoon there on the island there, we just about, I don't know, it just about ransacked everything. I don't know if we lost a whole lot of people there or not, but it leveled out everything.
I talked to somebody who was there when that hurricane hit.
The typhoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in October.
Yeah, one of the gentlemen that I talked to on tape talked about being there and wrecking the building they were in.
Oh, it was terrible. I'm telling you.
Jeez. Well, how did you keep dry? You never did get dry, I suppose.
No, not until it quit raining and the storm just shut down, you know.
So all that time you had to live in half shelters? Did you?
Well, we finally got a hold of some tents. There's a whole bunch of tents someplace. They're all bundled up yet, so we grabbed those and put them up.
Oh, so you got something bigger.
Yeah. No, it was.
Wow. Well, you caught me by surprise on that one. I wasn't expecting you to go from a ship to Okinawa. That was
I know it. I
a heck
mean,
of a change.
it was different.
Now, when we say minesweeper, I don't know how do they sweep for mines? Is it cable? Is radio?
Yeah, you had three types of mines. There was an acoustic mine that set off by the props on the ship. So we had a big hammer up forward on the bow. You used to drop that down the water and just pound it away like crazy, you know. It sent waves out front of you. And I never did see one of those go off. And then other ones we had sweep gear that went off both sides.
Arms, you mean?
Yeah, well, they were just cables that went off, and then there was call them a pig or a float, you know, that kept there's a paravane with our cutters on this thing here, you know. We had, in fact, the first one was an explosive one, because sometimes you cut into heavy cables, you know, or even a chain of this would chop those. Others would just slice through them on regular cables, the small stuff. So you got port and starboard with those type. And then we had a magnetic cable that was a big long thing. I forgot how long it was. It was out the tail of your ship, you know, off the fantail. And they had a 540 generator that sent pulses through that. I did see one blow up there, one of those. We did blow one of those up there one time.
Did minesweepers ever miss any?
Did we lose any?
I mean, miss any mines that go by and don't know about it? The minesweeper didn't detect it or something?
No, because you had, I forgot how many we had of sweeps there, at least 12 or 15. And when you went on an angle. So you took a wide berth, you know. In fact, we'd go in, H hour would be, say, 0400. Well, we went in at 1200. 4 hours. We swept 4 hours back and 2, 4 and 2, and cleaned up the whole area out so any other ships would come in. Their landing craft and things. That's what we had to do.
Okay, so you had a specific area to clean,
Yeah.
so the guys could get in on their landing craft.
Yeah.
Right.